The papers arrived at 6:47 in the morning. I was already in a hospital gown, Faye in my arm, surgery scheduled for 8. My wife Dana walked into the pre-op room, set a manila envelope on the tray beside my bed and said, "I need you to sign these before they take you in." I looked at her, then at the envelope, then back at her. Divorce papers. 12 years. And she chose this moment. I picked up the pen, and I signed. But before she could leave, I reached under the bed and pulled out a different envelope. I said, "This one's for you. My name is Carter Niles. I'm 44 years old. For 12 years, I was a husband, a father, and the owner of a small but profitable commercial roofing company in Raleigh, North Carolina. Dana and I met in 2011. Married in 2013, our daughter, Lily, was born in 2015. For most of those years, I believed we were solid. I worked hard. Long hours, early mornings, weeks away on job sites. I told myself it was for the family, for Lily's college fund, for the house Dana always wanted. What I didn't know was that while I was on job sites, Dana was building something else entirely. 8 months ago, I was diagnosed with a heart condition, not immediately life-threatening, but serious. I needed open heart surgery to repair a valve that had been quietly failing for years. Dana took the news calmly. Too calmly. Looking back, I understand why. 3 weeks before my surgery, I came home early from a job site. Dana's car was in the driveway, so was another one I didn't recognize. I won't describe what I found inside. I don't need to. What I will tell you is this. The man sitting at my kitchen table, drinking my coffee, was my business partner of 6 years, a man named Scott Devlin. Dana didn't apologize. She didn't cry. She said, "We need to talk about the future." I said, "Get out of my house." Scott left. Dana stayed. Over the next 3 weeks, she moved into the guest room, hired a lawyer, and began quietly removing her name from nothing, and because everything was in my name. I said nothing, did nothing. I had a surgery to prepare for, but I was not doing nothing. What? Dana didn't know was that 2 days. After I found them together, I made a phone call. Not to a divorce lawyer, not yet. To my accountant, then to my attorney, then to the one person I trusted completely, my older sister, Renee, who had been a paralegal for 19 years. Renee listened to everything. Then she said 6 words. Do not move a single dollar. She spent the next 3 weeks helping me do something, quietly and completely legally. I restructured my company. Every asset, every contract, every piece of equipment was reviewed. What I discovered, with Renee's help, was that Scott Devlin had been skimming from our business accounts for 14 months. Small amounts, consistent, carefully hidden. $230,000. I handed everything to my attorney. Then I checked into the hospital and waited. So when Dana walked into that pre-op room at 6:47 in the morning, divorce papers in hand, I was not surprised. I was ready. I signed her papers without a word. She reached for them. I said one more thing. I pulled the second envelope from under the bed. I had asked Renee to bring it the night before. "What is this?" Dana asked. "Open it." She did. Inside were 2 documents. The first was a formal notice from my attorney. Scott Devlin was being sued for $230,000 in fraudulent withdrawals. As his partner, and as someone who shared joint accounts with him during the affair, Dana's finances were now part of the investigation. The second document was a deposition request. Her name, her signature required. Her attorney notified simultaneously that morning. Dana's face went the color of the hospital walls. "You knew?" she whispered. "For 3 weeks," I said. A nurse appeared in the doorway. "Mr. Niles, we're ready for you." I handed Dana back her envelope, lay down on the gurney, and let them wheel me toward the operating room. The last thing I saw before the door swung shut was Dana, still standing there holding both envelopes. Not moving. The surgery took 4 hours. It went perfectly. When I woke up, Renee was in the chair beside my bed. Lily was asleep on her shoulder. Dana was not there. She hasn't contested the divorce. Her attorney called mine 2 weeks later. She wanted to settle quickly and quietly. Scott Devlin repaid $218,000 to avoid criminal charges. He lost his share of the company and his reputation. Dana got what she asked for, a divorce. She did not get what she expected. Lily is 9 now. She lives with me full-time. Dana sees her on weekends when she shows up. My heart valve works perfectly, and every morning I wake up in a house I own, running a company I built, raising a daughter who calls me her hero. I signed those papers at 6:47 in the morning. Best decision I ever made.